Okay, friends, good morning. It is video 2 for the day. I know what you're saying. 2 videos in one day. We haven't had 2 videos in a month. We haven't had 2 videos in a fiscal quarter. Absolutely right. We're getting 2 today. In review, today is Sunday, August 23rd, 2020. It is 11:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do a little pan here and show you that we're in shade right now. Oh wait, I gotta switch the camera around. So we're in shade. The sun is right there. We're backed up to these trees, so we're still in the shade. It's going to be a hot one today. It's probably going to be 90 degrees. So I'm trying to do this early enough that I'm not gonna have to sweat too much. So let me show you where we are. So review. Video number 1 was Hive 2. We dismantled it. There was nothing in it. This hive was installed during that same time. So May 1st we installed. We did an update video on at day 55. We had lost a swarm, but it was doing well, and we robbed some brood from this hive, put it in the second hive to try to save it. Didn't work. So this hive has been active all summer. Let me zoom in and show you. We've got good activity. This hive has a honey super on the top with 2 holes. So there's a hole, each of these boxes has its own hole. So there's a hole right here that's plugged up. There's a hole right here, which is the middle of this brood chamber. Remember, this hive construction has brood on the first bottom. These 2 bottom boxes are brood, and there's a honey box at the top. So that's how this hive is assembled. So we're just going to go look at it. Again, it's August, so if they did well this summer, that honey box is going to be full of honey. Brood box will be healthy. Queen will be doing her job, and they will have stores set up. Because typically what we see in this brood comb is honey, a significant amount of honey. So let's take a look at this one and we'll talk about it. So this is a normal brood comb. Typically brood is here, and they'll fill this with honey. So it's not just that one super of honey. Typically there's a fair amount of honey on a brood comb of this design. So that's what we're hoping to find. So let's put on some gloves and dig into it. Smoking, still smoking. We've got a frame here. Okay. I'm in frame. Let them know we're here. I must have left my other hive tool at the other hive. No matter. Okay, so we have, interesting, we have a whole lot of young bees up in this area here. I'm going to show you this because I've never seen this before. Let's get the camera. This, like the other hive, is a feeder. So you can take and put a mason jar right here and feed them. It also serves, I believe, as a vent. But you can see that it is completely full of bees, which to me, it gives me this, I assume that this whole top bit of bee space, Let's check it out, and then we will put you back on the tripod. Ooh, got some. We're not going to do that. We're going to put it on the tripod now because I can hear him in there. Let's see. Nothing remarkable here. A lot of bees. Let's take out a frame or two and see if we've got a lot of honey. Oh, glue them in good. Wee. That's good and stuck. I prefer that other hive tool. Okay, so this is a honey box. Let's look at this. Oh. Okay, so we got dark honey. Again, this was an end. They're busy repairing the damage that I did. There was some cross comb in there. So, you know, they're working. So I don't want to dismantle this. I'm not going to take any honey from them because the last 3 years I haven't gotten a hive to overwinter, and I believe they starve. So I'm going to pull this box off, or it says to the side. I don't have a scale to weigh it, but we'll soon see how heavy it is. Good season for propolis. We have a couple frames from the box below that are stuck. Gotta get off. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. One of the design flaws I had in this initial design was that I didn't allow for bee space below the frame. So they're very much flush. So pretty heavy box, I would say 35, 40 pounds. It looks to me, maybe we'll move the camera, that it's full. Oh, let's look at the bottom. So this is the bottom of the honey super. Obviously there's a lot of bees, but even on those non-removable combs, they're fat, and it looks like it's capped. Spikes work, capped all the way to the bottom. We might have some space in here still. But to me it looks like it's all honey and the queen stayed where she belongs. You also notice from this design we don't use a queen excluder. The theory being if you give her enough brood space, she will stay where she belongs. So this I think is pretty good. I'm happy at this point. Bees are interested but not aggressive. Let me zoom in. Maybe they're waiting for me to take off my glove. No. Okay, let's get a little intimate here. Okay. Frame out of here, but I mean everything looks good from this vantage point. Let's start here, we'll work our way that way, see if we can find a queen without doing too much damage. I see a little cross comb here, but there's cross comb between these permanent ones. There's a little cross here. When we stole a frame of brood from, and put it in Hive 2, we put an empty frame in here. Okay, this is a pretty good example. Let me come around and show you. So we've got, I'm all zoomed in. So we've got a little bit of honey up here in this corner. Nothing over there. We've got no brood. We've got numbers. I don't see grubs in the, or larvae in the holes. I mean, there could be eggs in there. I can't really see. Obviously no brood. So, I don't know. It's not terrible, but I would have rather seen some cats brood. But again, we're here. So as we work towards the middle, let's hope we see some better signs. Frame 1. Okay, good. So here we are on frame 2. We have brood. We have honey here in this corner. Honey in this corner. Brood. Honey. Oh, that's an angry bee. I don't see a queen, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking for her. We've got brood, we've got a queen. I don't see any, we'll start to be concerned if we see queen cups, signs of swarm. Sorry, that was a fast move, okay? So as you can see, we've got great brood here. Almost a full, I'm getting agitated now. Maybe they're just curious. I don't have a suit on. Not that I'm an expert, like, or somebody pulling. No. No. But that's very promising. That's a healthy quantity of brood. Again, we have a fair amount of brood here in the center. We've got some honey production here on the side. I don't see any swarm cells or anything like that. Quick look, I don't see, and I don't see a lot of, there's a couple of drones here, but I don't see a lot of drones. Maybe they're out flying, I don't know. You know, we're approaching the end of August, and I know they kick out the drones as fall approaches, so I don't see, you know, a flood of drones out in front of the hive like I did last year this time. It's a heavy frame. So again, we have good brood, little honey in the corner. There's a cell right there, open. No, it's closed. Well, we don't want it closed, so this is just a... Pull that off. I think we're going to put, I know that I'm going to make a mistake, if I put another box on top, we obviously have room down here for, you know, lots of storage, but the hive design does not allow for, it doesn't allow, it just doesn't encourage it. I don't see a queen. Now, obviously a queen could be in either of those four permanent locations. But, you know, I think I'm going to put a box on top. Or maybe I'll put an empty box directly above this one and then put the honey box above that. I think maybe we'll try that, and then we will make sure we come back and see if they have any interest in it. We obviously have numbers, and I only saw that one swarm cell. This is where a little more experience would be nice to know whether I should just let them try and fill this hive out real well, or give them room. It's a little late in the season to be giving them room. Sweating. So here's the decision. What do we do? Come on guys, get off of there. Do we put the honey super here and then an empty above it? Certainly will be easier to inspect it. Let's do that. Let's not make this harder on them than we need to. So we're going to take and put the honey box. Oh, that's heavy. That is heavy. We certainly have made some honey. and we'll put them empty. So I've got another empty here. Now it's got a cork in it, and I kind of, well, let's leave it corked. Let's just see if they want it. Let's just leave it empty. It's not gonna, at this point their honey stores are safe. They need more space. They now have it. That top was pretty full. So, check the range here. Okay, let's pull back a little bit. Wow, 21 minutes. Sorry for the length of the video, guys. I hope this is interesting. But I don't edit. So I'm recording in YouTube. We don't have the volume to do go live. I would love to go live, but the channel has to get to a significant size before they will enable that feature. So, you know, we just put this here, and we will resolve to come back out here in 10 days. 2 weeks, and determine whether this box is providing them any value. Hey, it's dying. I'd rather you not. Okay. Box her back up. I'm happy to see we didn't have a lot of ants in there. We've had ants in this hive before, and this design just has a bungee cord on it, goes from handle to handle, pretty simple. So I'm really happy with this design, although I wish I could get my hives to overwinter. The first year we did it, they overwintered fine, and then the second year we lost them, and it could have been that it was just a harsh winter. And now I'm fooling with a combination of, right now we have a screened bottom board here, of putting some barrier there to try and keep it a little warmer. Last year I wrapped the hives in felt paper. But we had 3 hives, we lost all 3. And it looked like starvation. I don't think it was mite load because they had miticide in them. I haven't put miticide in this one. That's what I think we will do next inspection. We'll pull this thing off. We'll put some in there for the 21 days if necessary. But I'm happy. I'm happy with this hive. They've got a lot of honey, and that's something that they typically don't have at this time of year. So we'll keep an eye on it. Now we kind of know how much honey was in there. It's in 10 days. It's less. We'll have to start feeding. But anyway, I hope you like this video. I like filming them. It wasn't so hot. If you have any comments, suggestions, please, suggestions. I know some of the people that are watching this video are experienced beekeepers, and you know what I'm doing wrong. Just tell me. I want to learn. Thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.